$6 million in bank, spends it all before they realize their mistake. Most of us can only dream about becoming a millionaire, but one lucky teen was able to live that dream at her bank's expense. Accidental millionaire Christine Giazin Lee acted as if it were business as usual when she went on a $4.6 million spending spree, courtesy of an unlimited overdraft feature on her Westpac bank account. She then proceeded to do what any teenage girl would do: she went binge shopping. Christine was able to withdraw millions of dollars from her account due to a banking glitch of epic proportions. Facebook, Perth Live News. When Christine first discovered the glitch, she was initially conservative and only charged $20,000 at a Chanel store. Facebook, Perth Live News. The bank finally discovered the error when Christine transferred over $1 million into her PayPal account. Deep down, Christine knew that what she had done was wrong. Facebook, Voice of Indian Gorkhas. Unfortunately for her, Christine was detained at the airport just as she was trying to get away. "It's not a proceed of crime, it's money we all dream about." Christine's lawyer said it's Westpac's fault for giving Christine access to the overdraft in the first place, and it could be hard to prove that she had broken the law. Homeless man confides in woman on street, not knowing she has another intention brewing. Jessica Pierce recently came face to face with this homeless problem while staying in a hotel on Flinders Street of Melbourne during the Christmas holiday. While it might not be difficult to imagine someone being moved by such a sight, in Jessica's case, the impact was such that it made her think back to her own almost 16-year-old self that was kicked out from her parents' home and out on the streets. Jessica remembers talking to one such man who had lost custody to his kids due to his homelessness. Facebook, helping homeless. In conversing with him, Jessica found out that he had a 2- and a 3-year-old who were staying with his ex-partner and he wasn't going to have access to them because he didn't have somewhere to live. "I wanted him to have stable accommodation for the children." For this person, Jessica eventually ended up paying for a month-long stay at a motel so that he could at least see his children in the time it took to figure out his next steps. Having raised 4 kids of her own and paid off her mortgage recently, Jessica's was looking forward to purchasing a new home in a swanky part of Melbourne. According to Jessica, the price that I would have paid for one house in town was the same as buying 4 in cheaper areas. Jessica also set up a non-profit organization called Helping Homeless and started spreading the word of her housing availability with youth organization and other governmental agencies to help families, youth, and any other people who might be in need of a transitional home. In speaking about the home she purchased in Lara, which will be used for families who can stay there for 3 months at a time before moving on to a permanent home, Jessica said, "It's quite a lovely house. It's very much like you would imagine a grandmother's house to be." For Jessica, all of this is quite a sudden change to what she thought would be her future plans. Nine-year-old awakens mom demanding she look outside. Mom's jaw drops at sight behind husband. What kid hasn't looked at their beloved dad at some point in their childhood with a complete sense of awe and admiration? For one 9-year-old in Alberta, Canada, she has some solid backup to the claim that her dad has no fear. Their house backs up to a fenced-in yard which one can only assume had been neglected for longer than either Cecilia or Thunis would have liked. Apparently, her daughter had noticed what looked like a twister or a tornado lurking in the background as Thunis continued mowing the yard and refused to come inside. Even to a 9-year-old the situation looked a bit precarious, which is why she had decided to wake up Cecilia. Cecilia, who couldn't help taking a picture of the situation, posted it on her Facebook page to share with her parents in South Africa, with a humorous caption that said, "Facebook ABC News, my beast mowing the lawn with a breeze in his hair." Needless to say, it didn't take long for the picture to go viral. The most common reaction to Cecilia's post was of course the question as to why her husband was still out there mowing the lawn in this weather and why she wasn't freaking out about it. In speaking with the man himself, this is what Thunis had to say about the whole deal: "It looks much closer if you look in the photo, but it was really far away. Well, not really far away, but it was far away from us. I was keeping an eye on it. Most of us are used to seeing the pictures of devastation left behind by a tornado." For the first time in decades, parts of the U.S. will go completely dark due to rare eclipse. Parts of the United States will be pitch black during the day, thanks to a rare total solar eclipse. According to NASA, the eclipse will put a big part of continental United States, from Oregon to South Carolina, in total darkness during the daytime. While a partial solar eclipse is not an infrequent occurrence, a total solar eclipse when the moon completely covers the sun is quite a rarity. For a total solar eclipse to exist, not only do the Earth, Moon, and Sun have to line up in that order, but more importantly, the size of the Moon has to be the same as the size of the Sun to cover it completely. Researchers and scientists say that this is the first time in decades that the path will go through the U.S. as predicted. The August eclipse is said to last for 2 minutes and 40 seconds, but for those on the outer edge of the 70-mile wide path, the time might be counted only in seconds. Experts say that it is completely okay to use the naked eye to view the actual eclipse when the disk of the moon is completely covering the disk of the sun. Here is a great video from NASA tracing the 2017 solar eclipse's route across the U.S. This detailed tracer map should help in deciding just how far you need to go to view this amazing natural phenomena that will literally overshadow human existence, even if it is just for a few minutes. For those wondering, the next such total solar eclipse is predicted to be in 2024 and will be visible from the skies above Mexico and Texas, up through the Midwest and northeastern U.S. For adults and kids alike. There is nothing like experiencing firsthand the natural and scientific wonders that we only read about in books. No longer able to keep silent, Katy Perry confesses dark secret, leaving fans devastated. As fans across the globe are gearing up for Katy Perry's release of her newest album Witness, Katy showed a different side of her personality. As part of her Witness promotion, Katy chose to be the subject of a live YouTube stream, letting fans into her everyday life, from sleeping, to yoga classes to her meetings. During the meeting, Katy admitted that she used to have suicidal thoughts, a heartbreaking truth all caught on the live stream. Katy Perry, born Katherine Hudson, lets us into how difficult it can be to have both a private and public image. Instagram, Katy Perry. Katy says she still struggles with having dual identities, and that the reality of her situation isn't easy. After watching the video, Katy's fans took to social media to show their support. Katy's perseverance through her struggles, even in the limelight, are something to be admired. Mysterious concrete arrows are scattered all across the country. Here's their purpose. In fact, most of us have come to rely on this speedy delivery system for smooth functioning of our businesses and personal life alike. Back in the day, when telecommunications technology was perhaps a little less robust, expecting such conveniences was pretty much like wishing that pigs could fly. Take for instance the United States postal system, which was the primary mode of delivery before the advent of other quicker services like FedEx and UPS. In the early 1920s, a navigational system called the Transcontinental Airway System was introduced by the U.S. Congress to aid the USPS in reducing the time it took to deliver mail from coast to coast by enabling nighttime flights. Twitter, Richard Draken Lord. By 1933, the Transcontinental Airway System totaled 1,500 of these beacons stretching over 18,000 miles from coast to coast. It is said that this system eventually reduced delivery time by 2 business days since mail no longer needed to be transferred from planes to rail carts for the night journey. The beacon and arrow system was pretty sophisticated for its time. Twitter, Dave Rickerson. When telecommunications technology finally caught up, giving rise to radio navigation and eventually the global positioning system we have come to rely on today, the transcontinental airmail system pretty much became obsolete, which once had plans to expand across the Pacific, Atlantic, and even all the way to China. For the time that it did serve for the purpose of airmail delivery, the system was first of its kind in the world, and it substantially reduced the time it took to communicate and deliver goods across the continental U.S. Here is a video showing how the beacon light worked in the towers. People noticed something very different about this outfit, and the internet can't stop arguing. Remember the dress that lit up social media with people arguing over its actual color? Some swore it was blue and black while others perceived it to be white and gold. Well, a mom from the United Kingdom has stirred up that same issue, but with a sporty outfit from Nike. The photo of the dress was a washed-out color shot found on Tumblr. The actual color of that dress was confirmed by the dress manufacturer to be black and blue. That's how others see the different colors in the dress and Rachel's Nike outfit. The Journal of Vision studied the difference in how people view colors, specifically with the aforementioned dress. Interestingly, artificial yellow lighting led respondents in the survey to see the dress as it really was, blue and black, but when put under lighting with a blue bias, they saw the dress as white and gold. Facebook, Rachel Stewart. Here's more about this crazy phenomenon about the color of clothes and the dress. As far as Rachel's Nike outfit, people are even arguing about the specific shade of blue. It may look like a regular bug, but if you see one, turn around and start running. With a rather edgy name, tarantula hawk is truly what some nightmares are made of. Part of the spider wasp family, tarantula hawk is so named because its favorite food is, you guessed it, the tarantula. The female wasp is said to have a stinger that is powerful enough to paralyze the tarantula indefinitely, at which point she carries the prey to her nest and lays one egg in its abdomen. The egg uses the non-essential internal organs of the tarantula as food while keeping it just alive enough to sustain it until it hatches. While a sting from the tarantula hawk is perhaps one of the most painful things a human will experience, it is not deadly. Funny enough, if stung, sources claim that the best thing to do is just lie down and scream. Even still, it is helpful to know just where tarantula hawks live and how to avoid them. In the United States, these wasps tend to live in desert regions where there are plenty of tarantulas to feast on. Homeowner discovers peculiar eggs in his yard. Moments later, watches one hatch in his hand. Even its eggs have been known to exude an aura of mystery and intrigue. Wait, what? Eggs? Yep, eggs. One man on the island of Oahu was tending to his garden when he stumbled upon a clutch of miniature eggs. It was obvious these eggs didn't come from a bird. Your dragons are too small, mate. However, it looks like those alien facehugger dinosaur dragons may already be hatching their takeover of the world, as a closer inspection of the log-bound eggs revealed that most of them had already cracked open. Inger, Madaber not one to be deterred, a very brave Madaber grabbed the few remaining eggs and gently held them in the palm of his hands. What if they were the giant egg sacs of an unusually large black widow spider? What an interesting surprise that would be. Well, in a horrifying sort of way. You've probably seen his dad star in a popular American TV commercial. Inger, Madaber. So, what was growing inside the mysterious clutch of eggs? Teeny four-legged cuties. Even if you hate slimy reptiles, this newborn baby will still make you smile.